Hi, today we're taking a quick look at the 100% cotton quilting collection, A Winter Nap, which is created by Lewis Irene. It is a fantastic, classic autumnal collection with different animals that enjoy hibernating. There's bears and foxes and all sorts. Lots of autumnal shades, leaves and different imagery as well. Hi, it's Charles at Empress Mills, and today we are taking a closer look at the Winter Nap collection created by the UK design house Lewis Irene. The Winter Nap fabrics are a classic selection of autumnal designs. There's some beautiful rich shades, lots of animals and also sort of general forest imagery throughout the collection. So let's take a peek. Originally there were 15 designs in the range. There are now only 14 available. But you'll see soon it hasn't made any difference to the main designs. We've still got all of those. So yes, I'm sure you will still be pleased with this range and be able to make all sorts of projects with it. This fabric, which comes in 3 colourways, is one of the 2 real main designs from the collection. And as you can see, it's just packed full of wonderful imagery. You've got the pine trees, this sort of path as I see it, that's sort of trailing through the forest. And then all of the wonderful animals, and they've obviously picked animals with a view to sort of autumn and hibernation ready for the winter. But you've got these wonderful bears, this little fox, there's a hedgehog, and I'm sure on one of the other prints there's another animal makes an appearance. But yes, so it is packed full of all of these. And Lewis Irene worked hard at adding extra details, so you're seeing that with the little dashes and things, just adding to that background feel to the colour. And it also just means you're getting a few different shades in that same design. So it's not just a one block colour background, meaning you can use it with different prints. And of course it enhances the design itself, of course. As I say, it comes in 3 colourways. So you've got that lovely sort of goldeny style background. Then it comes in this natural background just here. This is a just off white, so it's a lovely natural cream. And it just makes all of those trees and the animals themselves really burst off the background, and you're getting those lovely autumnal leaf colours there, leaf colours, should I say, there. And again, that's the sort of colour theme that you'll see running right through the designs, and it's really, really rich. They've hit the nail on the head with the natural sort of tones with it as well. So that's the natural one, and then they couldn't resist doing a classic green background as well. Just tie into those sort of natural images and natural designs there. Another lovely print. Now the next print, I've popped it in this order on purpose. It's very, very rare I ever think about the order to these. Normally Nat sorts everything out and we just do a palette looks good and then we work our way through them. But I've done these on purpose before we jump back to before we jump back to the other main design, just so you can see how they can work together. Because it is such a rich range. I personally think it works well separated almost, because that's got a lot going on as that main design. You'll see the same again in a moment. So it's nice to see it instantly with a blender. It would be my personal opinion on it, but of course I am sure you will be more creative than me, because I'm not the best when it comes to design, truth be told. But I do have the odd thought. So we've got this wonderful, and this has been so popular, this sort of tree bark design. Obviously it is a directional print, but it has been hugely popular. They've picked up the sort of essence of the design really well of Lewis and Irene on this one. And I think just because it provides sort of just a nice general base, it's been so popular. I actually looked at some of our we keep all sorts of different order details on the system, and not masses of this has always sold with the other designs, which sometimes we do see that with the blenders. This has gone to all sorts of people, obviously creating all sorts of different projects, and I think you'll agree it does give you all sorts of options. We've got it in the other 2 colourways as well. So there is this naturally styled background here. Whoops. There's a natural background there. Oh, let me just move that. And the design almost gives the fabric its own texture. It's a very clever design, the way they've created it, and it's in the natural and also this. So whoops, piece falling off there. This sort of naturally style, this sort of caramelly style colour as well. And again, it just gives it that sort of special feel. It is almost like it's got a texture to it with the way they've created that print. It's a really clever design, which you wouldn't actually think so, would you? You just think, oh, a basic sort of bark style design, but really, really well done. And this is now jumping on to the other main design, which, as I said, I just wanted to separate on purpose, just so it didn't become sort of overbearing almost. Whether you wanted to use them together, it's obviously just up to you, and the range is obviously designed to work together as a full collection. But if not, and it's why I've used these this sort of middle blender section here, just gives you those options for using just elements from the range nicely. But this is a wonderful design. You've got the sleeping bear, you've got the hedgehog, the fox all curled up, the squirrel as well, and this lovely, lovely little field mouse as well, all cuddled up, taking its winter nap, of course. And it comes in that gorgeous, gorgeous rich orange. That's Mum's favourite print from the entire collection. Nat's nodding his head, it's Nat's favourite, and it is a really, really gorgeously rich colour, is that. It comes on this natural background as well, where to my way of thinking, you can just make out the animals that little bit better. But both work so well. I mean, they really, really do look gorgeous together, don't they? Such a gorgeous design range is this. So there's the natural and then the very, very dark brown on the background to this print. And again, to me, this makes the animals really, really stand out. And obviously you've seen all those leaves as well, sort of whisked around them, almost making their own little nests. With the background design itself, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous design. It's been hugely popular. Obviously, we would love to see some of your makes as well, so please share them with us if you've already got some of this fabric, or of course, if you decide to get some in the future from us or one of Lewis and Irene's other stockists. It's such a gorgeous print. It really is. It really is. This is the design that we only have one of the 3 colourways left of, and unfortunately we can't source any more. It has been very, very popular, as you would expect. It's a gorgeous print. You've got this almost, I hesitate to say ombre because it doesn't fade all the way across, but you're getting this sort of tonal movement across the width of the fabric there in these bands. But although it's got the natural colour stripes, obviously it can be used any which way. A very, very popular design. This has been popular and I've ordered plenty, so we've got quite a bit of this in stock, so don't worry, we won't be running out of that one anytime soon without somebody takes a particular fancy to it. And it's one that I just wanted to stop and pick up on, even though we've only got the one colour, because it's where, again, Lewis and Irene had all this detail, not just the shading, but also each and every leaf has its own detailing, and it's not just the veins in the leaf itself, it's the outer edges. They have every little touch, the Lewis and Irene, to the designs. It's why they're one of our favourite design houses. We just think they absolutely go to town on the detail, on the colouring, on the blending, on why they use different shades. They are so in depth in their designs. It's just brilliant to see. To be honest, it makes my job easy chatting about the different prints as well, of course. But hopefully it also enhances any finished pieces as well. So yes, enough of me whittering on about Eleanor, but there we go. The last print is the last main print, should I say, which again is in 3 colourways, is this nice ditzy design just here. And it really is the sort of put your arms around everything else that's been in the collection style print. It's got a little bit of everything. It's a plain coloured background and you've got absolutely all sorts. You've got the hedgehog, you've got the bear, you've got the different leaves, you've of course got the little fox there. Absolutely all sorts, all pulling the other designs together. This is one of the brilliant ones. As I say, particularly with some of the other designs being quite busy, it's why Lewis and Irene included this. That's not me just making it up. I chatted to Hannah, who works on a lot of the designs, all of the designs in fact, before we filmed this. And it's one of the reasons why Lewis and Irene actually opted for that plain background, because it's such a busy range in places. This just gives you an option. You've got a lovely blender. It very much pulls the range together, but it doesn't become overbearing when used with the other prints in the range. It comes in the 3 colourways, so we've got that gorgeous sort of yellow background, this dark brown, whoops, this dark brown colour, and also in the natural as well. So a real nice selection of colours, and again, they obviously all coordinate really, really well with the other prints. But I think it's so interesting to hear that sort of knowledge, that sort of foresight that goes on behind designing the collection. I hope you find it interesting too. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. But personally, I always think it's nice to know why you're using fabrics, how they've been created, and that kind of thing, which is obviously what we hope to explore in these videos. As well as the main prints, we've got the fat quarter packs curated by Lewis and Irene. They're not put together by us, they're put together by the design team to work perfectly. And we also have the bumbleberries, which again are Lewis and Irene's very own blender range, picked especially, in fact coloured especially for this range. Those colours will work with any print in this collection. All are on the website obviously to see, but just to give you that little bit of guidance, as I say, they are coloured specifically by Lewis and Irene to work with the collection, so you can be assured on just how well they will blend and coordinate with the range. I think I've touched on everything. The main thing, if you're familiar with Lewis and Irene, you will already know this, but the fabrics themselves, they are 100% cotton, 44 inches wide, which is 110 centimetres, so a classic quilting width, and they only use a premium grade A quality cloth. Why does that matter? Well, it's nice to the touch, but it helps ensure a pristine print quality, and it means that it will last a long, long time. So if you're making sort of an heirloom and you want it to last forever, this sort of fabric, this wonderful quality fabric, is a really, really good option to choose. And of course, it's a UK design house, just to add that extra little bit of something special. If you have any questions at all, you know what to do. You can message us, you can leave a comment underneath the video, message through the website, and please don't hesitate, pick the phone up, chat to me or one of the wonderful Empress team. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.